Hey everyone, welcome to Talking Nonsense, episode 10. Holy shit, episode 10? I'm Rach. We are in a new location today. I'm sitting comfortably. We are not at my desk today. This is the fun thing I could think of for episode 10, just being in a new location. I'm in front of my window, it's bright, and it's rush hour traffic. So I'm sorry if you can hear the cars and the dump trucks driving around and dumping shit. We do what we can. Ugh. I always forget that people walk by my house often, and they can see me. They can see me from the street. So maybe if people walk by, we can tell them to watch the Talking Nonsense podcast. I want to first address the intense bags under my eyes today. It's Wednesday when I'm filming this. Obviously, it's daytime. It's Wednesday. I've been doing schoolwork since 8:30 this morning. Yeah, 8:30. And it has been exhausting. Exhausting. But I got one of my assignments done today, which is really great. It's a huge weight lifted off my shoulders knowing that I've finished that now. And after I record this, I'm going to be working on my research paper proposal that's due on Friday, which is also why I'm recording this now, because it's a busy week. It's a busy week this week. So now that that's out of the way, my week has been so far. I didn't go to work yesterday like I was supposed to because I woke up feeling so ill, and I don't know if I'm getting sick or if my body was just really exhausted from me pushing it a little bit too hard and not giving myself any time to actually rest. I don't know if I've talked about it before. I probably have, but it's been difficult for me to actually feel relaxed when I know that when I have days off, I have to work the next day, and then I'm dreading going to work the next day because I want more time off, because I don't have solid weekends. I have a day off, and then I work, and then I have a day off, and then I work for 4 days straight, and then I have a day off, and then I work, and then I have a day off. And honestly, working yesterday was out of the question for me. I was so tired, to the point where I felt actually ill. But I feel a lot better today. I mean, I've gotten so much work done today alone, after getting nothing done yesterday or Monday. I really let myself rest, and I'm glad I did because I feel a lot better and a lot more motivated, especially to get schoolwork done. Which is amazing because there was a lot that I needed to do today, and I've gotten a really big chunk of it done. Like, I can't believe it. I only had one lecture this week, but I finished that in like 40 minutes. And then I had 3 readings of about 30 to 40 pages, and I finished that in like an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45. And then I finished my analysis in an hour, which is like, wow. And I gave myself a break. I gave myself 2 breaks plus right now. Like, honestly, huge points for me because it's rare for me to actually give myself time to rest. So really great work, Rachel. We're really proud of you. Everyone at home, if you're at home, everyone clap. We are so proud of you, Rach. We are so proud of you. Now, on to the exciting things that I have to share this week. Not only is it our 10th episode, but I have some really exciting news that finally got announced on Monday that I've been holding back from telling people for so many weeks. But for a lot of you, probably won't really mean much, but that's okay. You can still be excited for me. But I have been chosen as one of the participants in the charity fundraiser, which is called Smite House 2024. And what that is it's a fundraiser for Smite community members to attend the Smite World Championships in January of 2024. And it's being run by Byakai and Mantis, who are two really incredible members of the community. And I was chosen as one of Byakai's participants. So I was one of his choices. And when he called me a couple weeks ago and asked if I would be able to go, if I would be interested in, you know, this being a plan and being a thing that would happen, I could not stop myself from crying. And I was so emotional when the announcement finally went live. And I feel really weird about it still. Like, I've known for a while, like probably since August, maybe September. I don't remember. Time doesn't exist anymore. But I've known for a few weeks at least that I was going to be going. And it still doesn't quite feel real, but it feels weird more than anything else, because I can't help but get over... Well, I can't help but feel like the people in the Smite community that know who I am know that I used to work for Hi-Rez and that I've been to the Smite World Championships before. And, well, yes, I have. I was working. I was tied to a desk and to my phone the whole time, constantly having to think of content that I had to make, searching for something to make a joke about. It was hard for me to really enjoy the event and the community that I care so much about, because I was so stressed out the whole time. And it was also a really emotional weekend for me last year, because I knew that I was going to be quitting a month later, not even a month later. So it was really hard for me to be there. And not only was it my first time there, but I also had all of these thoughts about how I wasn't going to be able to do this ever again. So knowing now that I get to go back in January and I actually get to experience the event with all of my friends is so awesome. And I can't wait. And I'm really grateful to Mantis and Byakai for putting on this fundraiser. And the fundraiser begins on October 21st. If you want to participate, if you want to donate, there are 4 of us that are a part of this Smite House experience. I will link the announcement on Twitter that Byakai posted on Monday. Oh my god. I'm so emotional just thinking about it. When he first sent us the announcement before it went public, it was about a week and a half or so before it went public, but I couldn't help but laugh at the tweet that at the tweet that Byakai decided to use for me. It was about this podcast. It was about the podcast and if we wanted to talk about my esports career or not for episode 2. And oh my gosh, it was so fitting. And I'm sure that's why he picked it, but it made me laugh so hard. I was like, oh my god, the podcast. The fact that the podcast episode that week will go out right before the event, and then the next episode will probably be entirely about that trip is so funny. Yeah, so that's really exciting news. I'm going back to Dallas in January for the Smite World Championships, and everything is covered, which is so glorious. Like, yeah, when I left Hi-Rez, I swear I must have mentioned this in episode 2, but when I left Hi-Rez, I was so devastated. I was so upset. I didn't want to leave, but I felt like I had no choice at that point. Um, and I knew, like, if I leave this career, like, this is it. I will never get the chance to come back to an event like this because I won't be able to afford it. And that was hard for me to swallow because I had worked so hard to be there and I loved being there. The energy was unbelievable. Something I've never experienced before, even at a concert. Like, esports arena energy is just the most incredible thing I think I've ever experienced. Like, I'm so excited to go back. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait to hang out with my friends again and just have a really great time and not be depressed. Not be depressed this time and cry the entire time. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Anyways, other than that, that was like my really big thing that I wanted to talk about today. But the other thing, I wanted to discuss some specific video games that I played when I was a child, because there were some that I had forgotten about, and then they'll come up again somehow, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember playing that all the time. And this has sparked from two specifically. One being one that I play now. Like, I didn't play it today, but I played it a couple days ago. I think I played it on Monday a tiny bit. But that was Wizard 101, which is like a wizard school MMO. And it's so good. It's so good to this day. Um, but it got me thinking about other games that I played as a child. And, you know, the classics like Club Penguin, Webkins, Moshi Monsters. Don't get me started on Moshi Monsters. My favorite was this game called Fantage. Did you guys play Fantage? I am so upset that that game doesn't exist anymore and that the servers are no longer live, because oh my god, the crippling hold that Fantage had on me as like a 12-year-old girl, unbelievable. I was obsessed with that game. I honestly, it was a game kind of like Club Penguin, where it was mainly a chat room, but I never did the chat room features because I was afraid of everyone. but but there were these other things that you could do in the game. There was like, I think there was like a spy portion, or there were like quests and stuff as well, but you could also just like dress your character, and it was chef's kiss of a game. I miss it. Bring back Fantage, please. Thank you. There were like mini games and everything too. Anyways, also Build-A-Bearville. Stop. Build-A-Bearville was iconic. Bring it back. Where is it? Where is it? I would play it now as an adult. That game was unmatched and so underrated. Like, everyone was like, oh, Build-A-Bearville, that's garbage. No, it was not. It was not garbage because no. I have this like memory of that game burned into my brain of like walking around Build-A-Bearville and having to like collect marshmallows or something to make s'mores. Games were so simple back then. Games were so simple back then. Oh my gosh. What other games? My grandma. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my grandma, everyone. She listens to the podcast every single week. She's a diehard Talking Nonsense with Rach fan. Hi, Grandma. Hi. Everyone say hi. On her computer, my sister and I used to play this game called Elf Bowling. I have never had so much fun with a game in my whole life. How many times am I going to say that today? But it's true. How I had so much fun playing elf bowling. I think you would just throw elves and hit pins. And that was it. It was so funny because a lot of the elves would do like these silly things. But oh man, it was so good. I miss that game. Shout out to Elf Bowling. Ooh. There was this one time when I was very small. I had a CD game. You know, those like CDs that you would put in your computer. I had one of those. It was like a Winnie the Pooh game. I don't remember what you would do in it, but I remember going to play it one day and the CD broke in my computer and I freaked out. I think I was like 7, maybe. I lost it. It was such a loud noise and I was so afraid and I didn't know what was going on or anything. And I remember running down to my grandma and being like, there's a loud noise. Help me. And then we discovered that the CD was broken. And I was so upset. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't believe it. Such a cruel world we live in that my Winnie the Pooh game disc was destroyed. I still have game discs for another one of my favorite games that I played as a teenager this time. Rise of Nations Gold Edition. Did you guys hear that? They're dumping garbage across the street. It is so loud. I'm so sorry. I hope you can't. But I'm much closer to it now that we're sitting in this location than I was before. Rise of Nations Gold Edition. It's like a Civilization game. Is it? I've never played a Civilization game. That's a very bold claim of me to make when I've never played it. But basically you pick like a country and then you build a civilization and an army and then you fight the opposing player. I have that game on Steam now, but I still have the game discs. And another game disc that I almost bought at a used game store. I almost bought it. I saw a copy, and I've never seen a copy ever again. I saw a copy for $5. I'm so mad at myself for not buying it, but it was Outlaws. Outlaws? Either Outlaw or Outlaws. But it was this computer game where you would play as like a Wild West guy, a cowboy, if you will, and you'd go around killing other cowboys. And my dad would play this game all the time, and I remember watching him play it and being like, oh my god, it's like one of those games that I now associate with my dad, and I just want to own it to like cement that memory on a shelf, you know? So if you have a copy of Outlaws for PC, let me know. I'll buy it off you. I will. Let me see. Are there any other games that like were... Oh, I have this great memory of my sister and I. My sister admitted to me on Thanksgiving that she doesn't listen to the podcast because in episode 1 I called her out for having no hobbies and now she's like boycotted my podcast. Lauren, I'm so sorry. Please, Lauren, listen to the podcast. If my own family won't listen, then who will? Oh my god, it's so funny. But I have this memory. I mean, she's gonna boycott the podcast again after I tell this story, but she doesn't listen to the podcast, so who cares? Hi, Lauren, sorry. My sister and I would fight over our Wii when we were kids because, you know, we were siblings, and we had a Wii. It's bound to happen. But I would be playing Build-A-Bear Friendship Valley. What was child me doing with all of these Build-A-Bear games. I like Build-A-Bearville, we've already talked about, and I'm talking about Build-A-Bear Friendship Valley. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. But I'd be playing Build-A-Bear Friendship Valley on the Wii, and my sister would come into the room and she'd be like, it's time to play Just Dance. And I'd be like, I'm playing Friendship Valley. And then she'd be like, but it's time to play Just Dance. And she'd be like 6. And I'd be like 9. Yeah, 9. Playing Build-A-Bear Friendship Valley. Actually, it was probably quite normal for a 9-year-old to be playing Friendship Valley, isn't it? I don't know. In my 24-year-old mind now, 9-year-olds are like the same as 6-year-olds. So I don't know why I'm surprised. But anyways, it's just, we would end up playing Just Dance eventually. Now, speaking of dance games, I'm now reminded of Dance Dance Revolution. I had it for the PlayStation 2, and I would play it before school every morning. I'd do one dance, and because I was so tired in the mornings, I would never use, like, the dance pad that came with it. I'd just use a controller and hit the buttons. But I was always so triggered by certain songs that even now I can't listen to those songs without being reminded. And no, I cannot name any of them for you, because it's not until I hear them that I'm like, flashbacks. You know? But my obsession with Dance Dance Revolution actually came from the movie theater. You know how movie theaters have, like, those arcades and stuff? One near my house at the time had a Dance Dance Revolution machine. And I was addicted to this dang machine that every time we went to the movie theater, I had to use it. I had to play Dance Dance Revolution, or else I would lose it. I don't know if I would literally lose it, but I like to think that now that I would. But there's this one story that we actually have a home video of. And it's me on my 10th birthday getting a PlayStation 2 and a copy of Dance Dance Revolution. And I tell this story. I was so excited. It's so cute. But oh my gosh, it was annoying. I was telling this story of how we would go to the movie theater and play Dance Dance Revolution, and I was hyping myself up about how I was the best Dance Dance Revolution player that the city had ever seen, because people would crowd around me as I played, and they would hand me their tokens being like, play another one, play another one, play another one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my fans, they love me. I'm 10. I'm 10. I'm a big deal. I'm such a great dancer. I'm stepping on these arrows like nobody's business. I'm playing the video in my head right now, and I can vividly remember saying, everyone was crowding around me, and they'd give me tokens, and it was weird. And it was weird. Yeah, it was kind of weird though. But man, I thought I was cool as hell. I thought I was top shit. Nobody could touch me when I played Dance Dance Revolution. I was a god. You could tell I watched too many Disney Channel original movies. Did you guys have a Disney Channel favorite movie? Because if I had to pick one, it'd be a toss-up between Camp Rock and probably Princess Protection Program with Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. Those might be... Oh, Lemonade Mouth? Get out of town. Lemonade Mouth. Actually, I changed my mind. It's Lemonade Mouth was my favorite. But my favorite Disney movie ever... You're never gonna guess it unless you're my family, but it was The Mighty Ducks. Yeah, The Mighty Ducks from 1992. Yeah, The Mighty Ducks. Right? 1992 or is it 1994? The second movie's my favorite, but I think that one came out in 1994, actually. We're looking it up because we need to have our facts straight, especially if I'm going to say this is my favorite movie of all time. But I literally was gifted 1992. I am a god. Rachel, stop saying that. No, you're not. I was gifted a jacket for my 24th birthday from my sister, and it's Gordon Bombay's Coach jacket. I don't know where she found it, but I'm going to show you a picture of it because I own it now. And it says Coach Bombay on it, and it has the Ducks logo and everything. Let's see if I can find original Mighty Ducks. The second movie's my favorite, though. Mighty Ducks 2. Why do I keep opening the shopping tab? I don't want the shopping tab. Where is the jacket? Where is the jacket, everyone? Man, this movie, though, changed my life. Changed my life. I've seen the first and second movie specifically way too many times. I could probably verbatim tell you the opening to the second movie. Like, quote the second movie. At least the first 10 minutes. Maybe more than that. I won't do it, don't worry. Oh, you can't really see it in this picture. But you kind of can. Can you see? There's way too much glare on my phone for this. Coach jacket. We are going to find this, you guys. Oh my god. I found it. Wait, is this the jacket that I actually have? Is this actually it? Oh wait, is my sister gonna kill me? Maybe. But this is basically what the front of it looks like. It's black and it has Coach Bombay on the front, and then it has these faux leather brown sleeves, and then the back of it is the Ducks logo. Except it's not that big. But oh my god, you guys. Best gift I've ever received. I sobbed. It's on, actually the pictures are on my Instagram. Let's look at them. 24th birthday. Yeah, look at this picture. Can you see that? That is me in the jacket. I'm serious. I'm for real. I'm for real right now. Yeah. Yep. This is a little nostalgic trip for our 10th episode. I had a suggestion, actually, from a friend of mine about, like, interviewing people for, like, fun. Or even just having people on the podcast. Not even interviewing them, just, like, chatting on the podcast. Like, people from different parts of my life, like family or a friend or someone from my esports career or, you know, whatever. Would that be fun? Would you guys be interested in something like that? Because I know it can get really repetitive, it being just me. So maybe we can split it up, like every couple episodes, bring someone on the podcast. What do you guys think about that? Because I already have a guest in mind because he's the one that suggested it. And if he doesn't think I'm going to ask him, he's silly. He's silly. So this has been episode 10, everyone. I need to get back to work. I don't really want to, but I need to get back to work. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. My week is continuing to be good. I have to go back to work tomorrow, which isn't awesome, but I am manifesting a really good week of work, and a really healthy week of work as well, where I have a good balance of work and rest, which is why I'm trying to get all my schoolwork done today. My goal is to finish my proposal today. I don't know how long it'll take, but I want to get it done so that I can just relax. After work tomorrow and Friday. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm going to actually a dance party, basically, is what it is. It's like, it's a concert, kind of, sort of, but not really. It's a dance party. But there is a Beatles cover band called the Sutcliffes, and I know that they've toured before, so you may have heard of them, but my high school history teacher is actually a part of this band, and I've seen them once before, and they are so much fun, and my best friend Molly and I are going, which is going to be really fun because she's moving to New Zealand soon, so we're going to see the Sutcliffes on Saturday night, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait, especially since I'll have my proposal done. It's going to be like a really, really great feeling, I think, because I'll have all this work done, and it's like a freeing feeling, you know? I am worried that I'm going to be a little tired, though, because I will have already worked alone that day in the bakery, so I will be a little bit tired. Oh yeah, I did have my first 2 days alone in the bakery on Saturday and Sunday this past weekend. It was exhausting. It was really exhausting. I got a really bad migraine day 1, and then I was really freaking tired day 2. And it didn't help that I had 2 dinners both of those nights. Or I had a dinner both those nights. So I didn't get enough rest. But yeah, it was quite exhausting. But now I know that it's just going to be 1 day a week. And we'll be good. I'll still have to get up quite early. Because I'll be alone. I need that little bit of extra time in order to get everything done on time before we open. But that's okay. Yeah. I am going to go now. I'm going to make another cup of coffee. And thankfully, I don't have to worry about making dinner tonight because my boyfriend's actually bringing home a shepherd's pie, which is great. I'm not usually a big shepherd's pie fan, but I'm a fan of not having to make dinner. So that I can eat shepherd's pie. I can get behind that. But I'm going to go now. How many times am I going to say that and then not? I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great week ahead. I will see you for episode 11. We are officially in our double-digit episodes. I can't believe we've made it this far. It's such a great milestone. 10 episodes of talking nonsense. 10 weeks of us sitting here together. How wonderful. How wonderful. If you have any topic suggestions, make sure you leave a comment on YouTube, or you can send me an email at talkingnonpod@gmail.com. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Rachel Lizzie, also linked in the show notes and description. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to, since I'm talking about Twitter so much. It's at RachyRach. Yeah, thank you for hanging on. If you don't understand video games, I'm sorry about this episode, but I hope you had fun regardless. Let me know how you feel about this setup, and if I should just continue filming such as filming like this, instead of sitting at my desk where it feels a lot more claustrophobic. Like, I'm literally lounged right now, so I'm enjoying the new setup. But let me know if you are, and I can plan this for earlier in the day when it's a little bit brighter and we're not as washed out as we are right now. But yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, And this has been Talking Nonsense with Rach. Goodbye.